Hi, welcome back to the Blue Edit. There's something about this time of the year, the cooler air, the fallen leaves, the way the house feels quieter, that makes me want to slow down and create beauty in small intentional ways. So I invite you, light a candle, grab a blanket, and let's make my home feel like autumn, with just a little hint of witchy magic. And if you haven't watched part 1 yet, make sure you go back and watch it. I made a few simple Halloween decorations to bring a hint of the season into every little corner of the house. And today we're bringing all those little pieces of magic together, and I'll be decorating the front door and the living room, transforming the space into something that feels a little witchy, a little cozy, and a little mysterious. So make yourself comfortable, grab your favorite drink, and let's decorate together. Listen, this here was nothing but easy. As you will see, the paper will rip, and it was very hard to keep the paper straight without rolling up again. And the vinyl is very thin, so with all these intricate cuts and everything, it was very hard to glue everything in one piece. Plus, the fabric or the fibers of the rug were not helping the process either, because the vinyl would not stick to it very well. So what I would recommend here, instead of using vinyl, is just probably going with a thicker paper or some sort of plastic that you can cut on your Cricut, and that way you create a stencil. And you don't really need the sticky back because, like I said, it doesn't really stick to the rug. So you're better off with something a little harder that you can hold it in place and then stipple it with the paint, and that way it works much better. And you probably will have a one piece. It won't have to do it like I did and sort of try to piece together the design again once the vinyl was out of the backing. So I'm sorry about the shot here. I should have positioned the camera on the other side so you can see better what I'm doing. But basically I'm just grabbing the paint and stippling the design into the mat slowly and gently so the vinyl doesn't move. That's very important because, like I mentioned before, the vinyl was not sticking to the fabric or the fibers of the mat. So I was scared that if I went too rough with the brush that it would move. That's why I use stippling motions instead of rubbing, like painting. But if you're using a stencil, maybe you can do it in a different way. That was just the best way that I found to do it, and it actually worked pretty well. You will see at the end. Here's a little close-up shot for you so you can see a little better what I'm doing. So just load the brush with paint, and you probably will need a lot of paint because it soaks up really fast, and then you just stipple it. And there you have it. Like I said, it worked very well. If I could change something, it would probably be the material that I did the cutouts out of. I would probably use a paper. That would work just fine, and I ended up throwing this away anyway, so it wouldn't be as wasteful as using vinyl. But yeah, as you can see, it worked really, really well. So I think this is somewhat dry. I'm gonna try to take this off and see how it looks like. Hopefully it worked. Oh my god, yes. I wasn't expecting it to be so perfect, actually. That is so good. I'm just scared that it will like... Oh, wow. This is great. This looks perfect. Like, it's really, really perfect. I mean, the bat is a little hard to see because it's tiny, but I think from far away you understand that this is a bat. That is so great. So let's peel off the rest carefully. I'm gonna start with this side here. Wow, that's so good. That, I would dare to say, that looks professional. I will put this image for you guys to download if you want to do it yourself, and if you have a Cricut, you can cut it off. Or you can do it by hand as well. I will put a link to the Cricut file and also to the Canva file where I designed this. This looks so good. I made a little mistake here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little black dot there, but that's okay. It's perfectly imperfect, but it's actually pretty perfect, if I can say so myself. So let's give you a close-up. That is quite literally perfect. Let's take this one off. So I got the last stencil in, and that was probably the hardest thing I've ever done. those little fine cutouts are very, very hard to remove and glue, especially because of the texture of the mat. It doesn't really stick to it. So that was extremely hard, but we got there. And I will probably use a finer brush and go little by little, letter by letter, because there's a lot of intricate details, and the spacing in between is very little, and I don't want to mess it up. So yeah, this will be interesting. I hope it works. So we're back, and I think it worked. Yes, it worked. That is satisfying. And I'm taking before the paint dries, actually, because they're smaller pieces, so I can manage not to get, let's see, like, need a little touch up here. So I like it. Let's try to take this one in one go. Yes, it worked out so well. I love it. It's so good. That's so great. That's the little mistake that I made before. I'm gonna try to find a paint that maybe is the same color as the mat, so I can just put it over, because it kind of bothers me that it's so close to the moon. So do a little touch up, but overall I am really impressed. I didn't think it was gonna be that neat, so it's pretty cute, and it still looks handmade, because I'm very happy with it, actually. So this process took forever. Not only I had to glue every single spider, but also I had to hold them in place until the glue kind of dried, because the legs were very, I don't know how to explain, they were very 3D, so if I didn't hold them in place, they wouldn't stick. They would like pop out. So I had to sort of like glue one and hold it in place for about 5 seconds. So that took pretty much an hour, I guess, to do the whole door. And I'm not sure if it was worth it. I only know that my neighbors probably think that I'm crazy.
There's a hush beneath the cypress where the ground don't ever speak, And the wind hums low like a mother's ghost, rocking secrets back to sleep. I bring flowers from the orchard, lay 'em where the names have gone, and hum that song my grandma hummed, the one the dark won't turn to stone. I'm singing over the bones, love, where no one else will tread. Under roots and river stones, love, lie the words they never said. Let the hush hold what it knows, let my voice be what it tones. I'm not afraid to be alone, I keep singing over the bones. There's a ring where fire once circled, and the ashes tell their tale of a preacher's boy and a silken rope hung quiet from the rail. But the moss don't judge the sorrow, and the earth don't cry for blame. She just cradles all the silence and the sorrow without names. I'm singing over the bones, love, in a field the map forgot, where the gospel's gone to moan, love, and the light has learned to rot. Let the dusk be what it owns, let the pine stand guard alone. I'm not afraid to be the tone, still singing over the bones. Some folks pass with eyes turned in, afraid they'll see the dead, but I lay down a melody where memory dares to tread. I'm singing over the bones, love, to the souls who never slept. In the hush where sorrow groans, love, and the sky has softly wept. Let the hush hold what it knows, let my voice be what it tones. I'll be the girl the night has known, still singing.